You know, you're standing in a place that so many people stand. They haven't been trying to figure out what they want because they haven't believed that the universe would yield to them what they want. So they try to figure out what they think they can do, or they try to figure out what they think economics is calling for. In other words, I'll install solar. I think it's going to go big. But we want you to think about the things that thrill you, think about the things that are exciting. It is so much fun to be inside of your own business with ideas coming and then everything necessary come to help you to implement them. But you've got to start with your ideas of what you want and why you want them. Well, because you have all the resources you need. You have the energy that creates worlds backing you up. You're just not utilizing it quite yet because you haven't focused upon what you want. And sometimes when you do focus upon what you want, you don't trust that the universe will yield it to you. But we want you to know that you are all equal, absolutely equal in the sense that Source is not picking favorites about who they will flow the energy to. You summon the energy through your interest in subjects, and then you allow the energy to flow by practicing your belief about it. That's what we want you to look for through your day. Carry your easy button on your nose. That was fun. 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 Well, that was fun. That was fun. That was really fun. That was fun. That was fun. I like that. That was fun. That was fun. That was fun. I'd like to do that. That was fun. That was fun. That was fun. That was fun. And what you'll begin to discover is what's fun. And if you will then say, universe, I want, that was fun, that was fun, that was fun. I want things that are fun. And by fun, I mean things that stimulate me, things that excite me, things that I'm good at, things that I revel in, things that Source will join me in, things that other people are excited about too. In other words, that was fun, that was fun, that was fun, that was fun, that was fun. Life is supposed to be fun for you, you see. It's supposed to be fun. And when you stand in a moment like you are, trying to contemplate what you should be doing, that's not fun. That's not fun. It's like, what am I doing wrong, or what do I need to do differently, you see? And the only thing that any of you need to do differently is accept your worthiness. Accept that Source is orchestrating on your behalf because you've been asking. And accept that it's very small, fine tweaking in order for you to begin to let the evidence in of what you've been asking for. And once you crack that door a little bit, and once the evidence starts showing itself to you, then your notice of it is all it takes to keep it going. Here's the thing that we really want you to hear. This is such a good place for us to be at this point of this discussion. So, let's say that you have a list of things that you want. Emotions that you want to achieve, or discs, the disc that you want to achieve, or conditions, physical conditions, relationship experiences, material objects. So let's say you have a list of them. I want this specific BMW M5. I want this specific physical body weight. I want this specific feel and texture and deliciousness of a relationship. So you have this list of things. So there it exists. Now make this statement about it. I want to have fun on my way to that. I want to have fun on my way to that. I want to have fun on my way to that. I want to have a really good time on my way to that. That puts everything in the proper perspective. You see what we're getting at? I want to have a good time on my way to that. Because it's a journey that never ends. And so it doesn't matter whether the steps are small or large. It just matters that they're fun while I'm taking them. I want to have fun on my way to greater clarity. I want to have fun on my way to figuring out this high-flying disc. I want to have fun on my way to my ideal body weight. I want it to be fun. I want this experience to be fun because, it is so much fun to identify something wanted and find resonance with it and then watch the cooperative components. It's like you feel like this creator of the universe, that everything is at your fingertips and you are the orchestrator of all things. It is so exhilarating. It is so fun. It is so fun on my way. Ooh, it's going to be so much fun on my way to that BMW M5. So much fun. It's going to be so much fun on my way to 120 pounds or whatever you want. It's going to be so much fun. So much fun. It's going to be fun on the way. It's going to be fun on the way. Fun on the way. Fun on the way, because all along the way, I get to feel inspired. All along the way, I get to see results of my inspiration. All along the way, I get to see other cooperative components. All along the way, I get to feel the inspiration. Fun along the way. There's no gap between where I am and where I want to be, because where I want to be is on a disc that I can do now. You see, 40 pounds, not instantly. You don't want it that way, really. You don't want it that way. And you really don't want your way instantly into that car either. You really don't want your way instantly into anything. You want fun along the way. It's the savoring of it. We've been offering for quite a while the analogy that you really don't want to eat all of the meals that you'll eat for all of this life today. You really don't want them to all show up today. Every good thing. There was a man, a taxi cab driver last night, describing pie. Ooh, pie. He just kept talking about pie. Everyone was talking about pie. Ooh, pie, pie, pie. They were talking about pie. It's fun to think about pie, but you really don't want to eat all those pies today. You don't want them all today. You don't want them all today. Hurling would come next. You don't want them. You don't want them all today. You want it to come to satisfy your current appetite. Ooh. You want all of these wonderful things to come to satisfy your current appetite. And you've got an appetite for fun and clarity and appreciation and love. You know, we hear the question from you frequently through the years. Abraham, what do you want us to do? Do you want us to be general, or do you want us to be specific? Do you want us to decide what we want? Do you want us to be deliberate in our creation, or do you want us to chill and be allowers? Do you want us to sift through the contrast and decide, or do you just want the contrast to put stuff in our vortex and you just want us to chill so our vortex can flow into our grid? We've said all of those things to you. And so the answer to the question is, yes, do all of that. But here is the distinction about it. When you are positive, when you feel good, when you're tuned in, the more specific you are, the better it feels. So when you have taken the time to meditate, when you've made your list of positive aspects, when you're in love with life, when you're in love with you, when you are feeling good, and you get focused upon what matters to you, and we join you, you have a high-flying, energetic, passionate, good-feeling experience that attracts others that are like you, and it's so good for you, and it's so good for us. If you don't feel so good, then go general. So the worse you feel, the more general you want to go, because going general will cause you to diffuse the attraction of the unwanted energy. And then once you find that sort of neutral place, then your vibration will begin to raise automatically. Unless you're doing that thing you do. It's like the cork under the water. It's only under there if you're holding it under. When you let it go, it's going to bob back up. So your natural inclination is that high-flying frequency. But the way you said, if I need assistance, you were focused upon the need and holding that cork under the water. And so many people are in that place of need, that place of start again. The reason that more people don't understand about this non-physical energy and all of this non-physical assistance is because they've been convincing one another that they are unworthy beings here to prove some sort of worthiness. And when you start from that premise, you cut yourself off from the resources that make you soar. It's never a good idea to throw you all in one basket and call it all one thing. But that's really a basis that so many people have found them to. In your comparative nature, because instead of getting inside the vibration and establishing the vibration of your grid so that what's in your vortex can flow in inspiration, instead what most people are doing is, as we were talking about earlier with our friend, should I do that or that or that? They're sorting the piles. And they're holding themselves in a sort of vibration of mediocrity that is keeping them from being who they really are. If you will leave this gathering and you will contemplate just this handful of things. Okay, I think I'm a vibrational being. I get that. And I focus my vibration through thought. So I'm going to do my best to focus on things that excite me. Not things that I should do, not things that I must do, not things that I have to do, not things that I think I've done wrong, not things that other people think I've done wrong, not things that I think other people are doing wrong. In other words, if you just cut that out, your vibrations would raise instantaneously. But as we said earlier, you can't just cut out the thought patterns that you've had. And so what we seek to do in an environment like this is we want to awaken within you an understanding that this negative emotion that I may be feeling in any moment is there for one reason only. And that is, I'm off track from who I am. I'm looking at this in a way the larger part of me isn't looking at it. So I'm cutting myself off from the resources that I want. Do you go to a party to fill time? Or do you go to a party to have fun? Do you get in a conversation just to make the day pass faster? Or do you get into a conversation to stimulate interest? Esther was over with grandchildren, Kate and Luke, the other night. And they had 1 hour before they were to go to bed. And Esther said, what do you want to do? Well, they couldn't decide because Kate's female, Luke's male, Kate's older, Luke's younger. They couldn't find anything that they both mutually wanted to do, and they both wanted to do it with Grandma. So Esther said, well, let's watch television. And Kate said something very profound. I don't want to watch television, Grandma. It will make the time go too fast. She wanted to savor this hour. What they were both saying is, we don't want to do something that's not very fun. We want to do something that's really fun. We don't want to just have a moment. We don't want this hour to just go by. We want this to be an hour that is representative of the life that we're supposed to be living. As Esther listened to them, she thought, you are amazing and greedy little children. And it is so good to want this hour of your life to be all that it could be. So Esther said, all right, then it has to be something new, something that we've never done before, something that we've never even thought of before. And she went in, and there was a porcelain wastebasket that looked like it had never been used. And she took it from the guest bathroom and put it in the middle of the living room floor. And then she took coasters. Esther calls them shiny beaded things because she couldn't remember what they were. Shiny beaded things, a stack of shiny beaded things, really good weight to them. And they started lobbing the coasters into the wastebasket for a good 30 minutes past bedtime because it was so much fun. No one wanted to stop. Now, we know this isn't maybe the idea of having the most fun that any of you would have, but it's the best Esther could come up with in the moment. And it was something that was new and that was exciting and that they excelled at. They were so good at it. They had so much fun at it. And it was an hour and a half, don't tell Mother, of really, 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 really good investment in life, you see. And that's what we wish for you. We wish you to find shiny beaded things and lob them into things that are meaningful to you. We wish for you to care so much about this hour that you're not willing to squander it on an old unhappy memory, or that you're not willing to squander it on some subject that your inner being won't join you in. We want this to be an hour that you want to live as fully as you can. And as you start approaching life in that way, what you will discover is there are a whole lot of us really good at a whole lot of things. Really good at a whole lot of things. How is it that little kids that have never lobbed anything at anything in that way before could do it so well? How can they do it? Because they were tuned in, tapped in, turned on. Their hand-eye coordination, their inner beings within them. It was really a beautiful thing to experience. All of us had fun. And it was as meaningful as world peace. It was as meaningful as finding cures to things. It was as meaningful as anything that any of you will live. You just have to accept that you're worthy and that non-physical cares and that now is the moment where you can hook up or not. And that you have to care enough that this be one of those moments that you're willing to go after it as one of those moments. And you come into this attitude of being unwilling to squander your life on less meaningful things, because once you've found something really meaningful, you must have that meaningful thing. You cannot go back. You cannot ever go back to less than you have lived. And the little ones still remember that it's supposed to be fun. Many of you have resigned yourself to accepting that it isn't supposed to be fun, but it is. It really